Did NASA fake the moon landing? It's a question that's fascinated millions around the world over the past 50 years.
This week, Sky News is taking a look back at the first moon landing that sparked one of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
May 2, 1968, and Stanley Kubrick's blockbuster blasts onto movie screens around the world and launches a conspiracy theory that still echoes. On social media, a quick search reveals hundreds of sites claiming NASA staged the moon landing in a movie studio.
Did legendary filmmaker Stanley Kubrick help perpetrate an Apollo 11 moon landing hoax for NASA? The back projection used in 2001: A Space Odyssey and actual shots from the moon landing. Also, NASA did have models and mock-ups of the moon for training purposes.
There were no stars in any of the footage or photographs taken by NASA on the moon.
Mission is a go. We have 21 minutes.
Would Richard Milhous Nixon lie to us?
According to the skeptics, President Richard Nixon needed a moon landing to convince the Soviet Union America led the space race. Nixon's negotiators, Donald Rumsfeld and Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, flew to Britain to meet the producer. Kubrick refused to play, but Kissinger played to Kubrick's vanity and eventually won him over.
In the end, Kubrick agreed. The fake footage would be shot in England in the MGM studios near Boreham Wood with a skeleton crew. The two technicians and two actors would be CIA agents.
The skeptics also point to so-called evidence of the fakery.
The flag waving shows the presence of wind, which should be impossible on the moon.
NASA has answered them all.
From 1969 to 1972, we had, a total of 6 moon landings. 12 humans walked on the surface of the moon.
And those who monitored the moon landing throughout note some anomalies a perfectionist such as Kubrick would not have allowed.
If you look carefully when it's coming down the ladder, or any view that has the camera looking at the ladder, it's tilted by about 15 degrees. The reason being the camera was tilted at 15 degrees. And so the ladder looks steeper than it should be. And ideally, that piece of video could and should have been corrected for that tilt.
We have improved human lives. We have raised the standard of living for every person on Earth because of space exploration. We're going to go back to the moon, and we're going to take what we learned there, and we're going to go to Mars.
Sky News is marking 50 years since the first landing on the moon, an event that changed the history of the world. Our special series is looking at the space race, how it all began, and the awe-inspiring moment Neil Armstrong took one giant leap for mankind.